Hi everyone! I've made a lot of pieces in 2023 and it's always fun to look back on the year to see not only how many pieces I've made, but also the skill progression I've made throughout each and every project. I feel like this year I've gotten a lot more comfortable with knitting and crocheting, and I was able to work on a whole bunch of projects that terrified me. But if I were to do them again, I think I'd be able to do it with a lot more ease and even be able to add my own style and flair to it. I started crocheting in October 2021, so that makes it around 2 years that I've been crocheting and a little bit over a year of knitting. So I'm happy that I'm progressing in this art and I can't wait to see where my skills and creativity take me in 2024. With all that said, let's look at everything I've made in 2023. The first category I'm starting with is tops. The first top I have is my Barbie top. I made this for my pink crochet video. It's around the time that the Barbie movie came out and everybody was like, can you do Barbie theme? Can you do Barbie theme? Please do Barbie theme. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I still haven't even watched the Barbie movie. I just made this because everyone kept asking me, and I'm a Bratz fan. I have only seen like one Barbie movie, and that was the Barbie Rapunzel on like VHS when I was a kid. But past that, I don't really know much about Barbie. But I will say that I actually really do like this top because I really enjoy the fit of it. This was the first time I've made a raglan crop top, and I was kind of worried, but I used a tutorial, and that tutorial was very helpful because I didn't know how to start this at all. And then I just added the Barbie graph on there and made it a crop top, and it's really cute. I'm gonna scoot over a little bit this way so there's a better spot for the little try-ons. The next piece I have is Belly's top from The Summer I Turned Pretty. I did this for a recreation episode, and I really like how it came out. I feel like I should have used a better cotton yarn just because it's a bit, I don't know how to describe what it is to me. Like it's a good top, but when you compare it to the top that Belly wears in the show, it's different because of the yarn, and yarn can really make or break projects. Like it could be so beautiful, but if you're using the incorrect yarn for that specific piece, especially if you want it to look a certain way or drape a certain way, then like you really have to figure out what perfect yarn to use, and I didn't figure that out, unfortunately. But besides that, it's cute. I'm gonna wear it, and that's the Belly top. The next piece is this cute mohair tie top that I made for my spring crochet video. I made it with mohair yarn from Downtown Yarns in New York City. While I was making it, I also added some little sparkly thread to it. And then after it was finished, I just brushed it to give it a more fluffy appearance and added some bows to the arms, and it came out really cute. This next piece is this faux fur zip-up vest that I recently made for my white crochet video. I really like this. It's really cute, but like I said in that video, the zipper is just really annoying. Like even when I put it on now, this part becomes undone like this. And so I have to zip it down a little bit and then bring the zipper back up for it to be fixed, but I can't zip up all the way down or the zipper will come off, and then it takes me like an hour to put the zipper back on. So like I said in the video, I'm gonna find a better zipper for this and then either replace it or just make a new one entirely, because I also do want it to be slightly longer and I want the ribbing to be more fitted so it'll look a lot better. Working with this yarn was a little bit challenging because you can't really see the stitches, but I did it and I'm proud. This next piece is a tube top that I made on the Centro knitting machine. This is one of my favorite pieces, you guys. Like I am always wearing this all the time, and it's so form-fitting. It's so cute. I have the perfect pants to style it with. If I want to have this over my neck, I can, or it can just be a tube top like this. This is one of my favorite pieces. I love this. I made two versions of that. One version I recently gave to my friend, and this is the other version that I made. This one's cool too. I made it a bit longer than the black and tan one, but I still really like this one. It's really cute, and the way that it fits is just like perfect to me. Another piece that I made on the Central knitting machine is this little, it's a sweater, but I consider it a top instead of the sweater category. I made this for my fall wardrobe video. I wanted to make pieces that I would wear for fall, and this is one of them. I really like how this pairs well with jeans. It's very form-fitting and comfortable. Using the knitting machine in panel mode is really annoying. So I mainly just used the knitting machine for tube tops and scarves and hats and stuff like that. But I really like these types of tops, and I want to make more of them. It's just so annoying to use the panel mode. The next top I made was this little, I don't know how to call this. It's just a top, I guess. A tie top with sleeves. I made this for my blue mermaid themed video. Wanted to make something with very flowy sleeves, and I had an idea inspired by this photo, but I was trying to figure out how exactly I could do the top portion of it, because I had the sleeves in mind, but at the same time I was like, I don't know what to do with the top. But it worked out. The sleeves are my favorite parts of the top, like especially this part here, this part, and this part. I really like those because this yarn is so pretty, and like I like how small it is compared to all the other yarn. The next piece I made is from a crochet book. This was the first time I used patterns from a crochet book, and I really liked the pieces in it, and so I tried some of them out. There's gonna be scattered pieces in this video. The first piece is this button up, kind of like a cami top. In the video, I was saying that I didn't really like it that much, and some people were saying, what if you wore it backwards? And I do like how it looks a lot more when it's backwards. There's not much else to really say about it. It looked better on the model than it did on me, so yeah. This next top is from that same crochet book, and it's like a little tie top that has ties on the side and in the front. And I didn't really like this one that much either, but when I put it on for this video, I grew to love it a bit. And I feel like with a lot of these pieces, I tend to not like it, but I think that's with art in general. Like you won't like your art sometimes, but if you take a step back for a couple days or even months and then come back to it, you're like, wow, this is actually really good. Because like when you're working on it, you'll see all of the flaws, you'll see every tiny detail that you did, which makes it like really bad to you. But if you take a step back, forget about the project, and then come back to it and you look at it, you tend to forget those little tiny details that you did, and you look at it and you're like, wow, what was I thinking about? Like, this was actually really good. And I feel like that's the same with a lot of these pieces that I'm gonna show. And yeah, this one was cool. After all that, I'm still like, it's okay. The next category I have is for sweaters and cardigans. The first sweater I'll be showing is this brown varsity striped type of sweater. I made this for my Sims recreation. I really loved the sweater that my Sim was wearing, and I wanted to remake it, but I kind of messed up a little bit. So this was around the time where I was still like a beginner in knitting. I feel like I still am a beginner, but I'm like very slowly progressing out of beginner mode. This was supposed to be a ribbed sweater, but doing knit one purl one for an entire project was a no for me. Like, I'm sorry, but no. And it's supposed to fall slightly off the shoulders, but I wasn't sure how much I should cast on for my size. And if you can see, it's just a little bit too big. But besides that, this is really cute. I really wish I had made this a bit smaller so that I could actually wear it. But it taught me a lot about sizing, and with each project, you will learn a thing or two. Another piece from that same Sims recreation is this knit vest. This is another one of my favorite pieces. Even though I don't really wear it that much, I really loved this sweater. My Sim also wore something very similar to this, and so I was like, let me learn how to make a cable knit sweater vest. And so I did. It's cute. I just love staring at it and like feeling the cable knits and just seeing like, wow, it's so cute. I'm really happy with this. The next sweater is my second Rory Gilmore sweater. I made this for my Rory Gilmore sweater tutorial, and this time around I made it a lot more accurate to the one that she wears. The only thing again is that, like I even said earlier in this video, I chose the wrong yarn for this. But I think it's funny how for my first Rory Gilmore sweater, I was just like, oh, I don't like it. The arms are so long. And then I made this one and I'm like, oh, the first one is so much better. Like this one is better in terms of accuracy when it comes to the actual pattern. But the first one is better in terms of the comfort, the type of yarn I used. But after I sewed the arm cuffs together, like people were saying to do in the comments, I fell in love with the sweater 3,000 times more. Like all I had to do was fix the arm cuffs, guys. I swear, you guys know exactly what I need to do. Like whenever I mess up on something, you're like, oh, just do this. And I'm like, okay, let me try this. And I'm like, oh my God, you were right. So thank you. The next sweater I have is this fall sweater I made for my fall wardrobe. This is another one of my favorite sweaters that I've made. It's a tiny bit itchy, but it's still really soft, and I really like the colors. At first I wanted it to be a little less vibrant, but I like the vibrance now. It's very unique and it goes with a lot of my clothes. At first I was like, the sleeves are a bit too long, but I've grown to love them to the point where I think I don't really like fitted sweaters anymore. Like this sweater is fitted. I didn't make this, by the way. This is from the brand Amano Knitwear, and I bought a small, but in my head I was like, I probably should have bought a medium because I like the oversized fit, and this is not the oversized fit. Like it stops right at my wrists. And I'm still trying to like fall in love with a fitted sweater, and I'm like, it's okay, it fits fine, it's cute. Like I still really love the cardigan, but I'm just like, I'm not used to my sleeves not going over my hands because all of the sweaters that I make do. So we'll have to adjust to that. The next sweater is this striped sweater that I made. It's, I think, 100% wool or a blend of wool. I made this for my how to design video to show you guys how I come up with ideas and stuff. And it's really comfortable. This sweater was like the first time I made an arm that actually fits correctly and is not just like hanging all the way down this way, because I get scared to make a fitted arm. And this one fit perfectly. The next sweater I made is this Freddy Krueger sweater for my Halloween recreations. I really like this sweater because I can wear it like outside of Halloween, just because I think the color palette's really cute and works with a couple outfits that I can make. This was really easy and simple. I feel like I've gotten the hang of making knit sweaters. Like it's just a copy and paste format, unless I want to add some more detail and uniqueness and creativity to them. This next sweater is this brown crochet sweater that I made for my brown crochet video. This was the first time I made a fully ribbed crochet sweater, and I love this sweater. When I first made it, I was not happy with it at all, but then I blocked it, I put it on, I made a couple of different outfits with it, and I fell in love. It looks really pretty, it's really soft and fluid. Like look at all this movement, guys. This next sweater is this Maybelle sweater I made for one of my recreation episodes. This was the first time I ever did duplicate stitching, and it went really well. The only thing is that with this sweater, I designed the star graph myself because I wanted it to be accurate for the specific sizing that I wanted the sweater to be. But if you can see, it doesn't look that great because I designed it. Like usually for graphs, I'll go on Pinterest and look up cute graphs because I'm not good at designing the graphs myself. If I do, it turns out like this. So yeah, but I'm really happy with it because I learned how to do duplicate stitching. It took some time to do that part, and I feel like this would have been a lot better if I just did intarsia and called it a day, but this was the opportunity for me to learn how to do different techniques. And even though it didn't come out looking that great, I'm still happy that I took the time to do this so that if I want to do duplicate stitching in the future, I know how to do it. Another recreation I did was Chihito's shirt from Spirited Away. I made it into a sweater. That's why I got a little bit confused for a second. And I really like this sweater. At first, I wanted to make it a short sleeve, but then I was like, no, I'm just gonna make it into a sweater instead. And I'm really happy with it. It's really cute, easy to wear, very pretty. Another recreation I made is Coraline sweater from Coraline. There was many different ways I wanted to do this sweater. At first, I wanted to make it completely knit, but I don't know how to knit stars. So I was like, I'm just gonna make it easier on myself and crochet the stars. And then while making the base of the sweater, I just combined it with this sparkly thread to give it that sparkliness that she has in hers. So a lot of people said that this looks really itchy, and actually it's really not. There's like, I don't feel any itch with this. I think it's cool how I now have variations of the Coraline sweater. If I want something more sparkly, I can wear this one. If I want something more chill and like this. I don't know what I'm saying today, you guys. This next sweater is this off-the-shoulder top I made for my pink crochet video. The entire thing was made with rib stitch, and I think this is one of the prettiest tops that I've made. I also added some ribbons to the sides and the arms, and this is just so pretty. I made this with I think it's called Touch of Alpaca, and the color is so gorgeous. The way that it's so soft and pretty, it's just one of my favorites. I really love it. I feel like, this is random, but I feel like I'm allergic to wool. Like every time I work with wool, I end up sneezing really bad, which is why I feel a little bit congested right now. Like I've been editing out me sneezing this whole time, but I've been working on this cardigan for my cousin, and it's 100% wool, and the whole time, I've made about 4 of them, and every single time I'm like sneezing so much. And I don't know if it's like something in my house or the wool, but like whenever I stop working with it, I'm fine, but whenever I do work with it, I'm like sneezing. And then this is like 100% wool, and I first got this last night and I was sneezing, and then now I'm wearing it, I'm sneezing again. I'm just like, come on, bro. Like, I might be allergic, but we'll see. And it would kind of make sense because I'm allergic to cats and dogs. I don't know if that's related at all, but this next piece is my Argyle sweater vest that I crocheted for my brown crochet video. I wanted to do something challenging, and I feel like the Argyle sweater vest pattern is very on theme for an academia theme. Knowing that, I was like, let me see if I can crochet it. So I found an Argyle sweater grid, and then I just followed that and made my own decreases on the middle part and on the sides. And then on the back, I just did a plain back panel, and it turned out really cute. This next piece is a cardigan that is based off of Gwen's cardigan from Across the Spider-Verse. I remember making this and being so like confused about which colors I should use exactly for this cardigan. If you've seen Across the Spider-Verse or even Into the Spider-Verse, you know that one of the major things that they do in the movie is play with colors. And so they'll change the colors based off of the character's mood or based off of what they're going through in that specific scene. And sometimes a lot of the colors would change to the point where I was just like, is this pink or is this orange? And I had a whole Instagram thing. I'm like asking people, is this pink or is this orange? And I went to the store and I found like a little in-between of the color. And I personally still think it's like not completely accurate. Like I feel like people enjoyed more of like a pink look for her cardigan. For what I did, I think I did a good job with it. This next piece is my hexagon cardigan, or probably more so a pentagon. I really wanted to try making a hexagon cardigan, and I really love this, you guys. This is one of my favorite pieces, and even though I messed up a little bit on how many sides I needed to make, I still really love this, especially the arms. I love how flowy the arms are. I love how this is just really relaxing and like just a chill little cardigan to throw on. And I definitely want to make like over 1 billion more of these just so I can have like different variations of colors to wear. The next category is dresses. This first dress that I have is this purple dress that I made for my purple crochet video. I'm really happy with how this dress came out. This was very experimental, but I did want to blend in the skirt pattern that I made for my skirts that I'm going to show later into a dress to see if it was possible, and it came out really cute. I really love it. The second and last dress that I made is Sally's dress from A Nightmare Before Christmas that I made for my Halloween recreations episode. This is so cute, you guys. Like, while I was trying to figure out how to make this, I was literally just staring at Sally's dress like, how am I gonna do this? Where am I gonna attach this and that and that? And I literally had to break it down one section at a time so that I can really figure out like, okay, I'm gonna do this part, and then once I stop here, I'm gonna attach this part, and then blah 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 blah. You just watch the video. I don't even remember what I did, to be honest. But the front part of the dress is my absolute favorite. I really love the different textures and patterns that I did, especially the swirls. Like, doing this made me think of implementing these swirls onto something else. I'm not sure what just yet, but I really do want to redo this onto something else. The next pieces I have are bottoms. The first piece I'm going to show is a skirt that I did for my white crochet video. I got so many ideas just from doing this skirt. At first I was a bit worried once I did this part, because I did this the same way that I did my purple dress, but it didn't look like the same way, mainly because in my purple dress I used two different types of yarn. Like, for the single crochet parts I used a different yarn, and then for the bigger parts I used a different yarn, but for this I just used the same. And I feel like I could have just did, you know, half double crochet and called it a day. And then once I got to the ruffle parts, I liked it a lot more. And the yarn that I used for the ruffle parts is just so pretty. I still have a lot left over, and I'm really trying to figure out what exactly I want to do with it because it's just so pretty. It's such a pretty yarn. This next skirt I made on the Centro knitting machine. I don't like this at all. It was just a little test to see if I could make a skirt. This was based off of one of my Sims for my Sim recreation. And it's accurate, but I should have knitted the whole thing by hand. The next piece I made are these patchwork pants. And I went to go grab the book that I made them. It's called Contemporary Crochet. I wanted to make these bright red, just like in the book. The store didn't have a bright red, so I just used this burgundy red instead. They came out looking like pajama pants, I'm not gonna lie. And I didn't really like them that much when I first made them, but this is another one of those pieces where I was like, okay, it's grown on me. I wish I used a better yarn because they are itchy, and you don't want itchy pants, you know? Besides that, they're really cute. Another piece from that same book I made is this skirt. It actually goes with that top from earlier. It's supposed to be like a set. The way that I styled the skirt for this video, I really liked the skirt, but when I first made it, again, I didn't really like it. I do like this a lot more now. My next skirt is this moon skirt that I made for my spring crochet video. I really wanted to make a skirt with some granny squares, and these moon granny squares are just so pretty. And I'm really happy that I combined the green with the lavender color. It just came out to be really cute. This next piece is my green fairy skirt. I am in love with this skirt. This is one of my favorite pieces. This was completely experimental. I was really terrified when making this because it took a very long time to do. And like, I finished it within a week, but I was only working on this skirt that whole week. The first section of the skirt was really fine and easy to do, but then the second and third layers, because I added even more increases, it took about 30 minutes to finish one row. And because of that, it was just taking so much time to do this skirt. And I wanted it to have at least like 4 layers, so it can go all the way down to my feet or to my ankles. But once I got like to the 3rd layer, I was like, oh my gosh, I need this to be done. I can't take this anymore. But it came out really cute. In one of my videos, I had to redo the waistband. Like, this right here was the original waistband, and then this is the upgraded one right here, because like you can make the perfect waistband, right? But when you're increasing and adding all of this weight to it, it's gonna, and then you keep trying it on, it's gonna eventually stretch out and it won't even stay on your hips. So I had to add another waistband to it and then reattach my drawstring, which I added cute little butterflies to, and it came out really cute. Some people have been asking if this is really heavy, and this one in particular, this green one, is very light, you guys. It's so lightweighted. It looks really heavy, but it's very lightweight. I wanted to make a whole bunch of those types of skirts, so the second type I did was a brown version here. This one is heavy. Okay, this one is very heavy, you guys. I don't know what the difference was between the two. For one thing, this one I made 4 layers, but the layers aren't as long as the other one, so this one doesn't reach my ankles at all. I have no idea why this one's heavy. I think it's probably just the yarn that I used. Now we are in the accessories category. I've made a lot of accessories, and I'm gonna first go ahead and start with my scarves. So one of the first scarves I'm gonna show is this scarf here that I made for my brown crochet video. This is, I think, either half double crochet or double crocheted, and I just used a couple of colors that I thought would work best with brown and made a cute little scarf to just throw on. And I really enjoy how this one came out. It's really cute. Another scarf that I made, and I'm only gonna show like a little bit right here, is this crochet fluffy scarf that I made with these cute little heart tassels. And the reason why I only showed it like a little bit briefly in my hand is because unfortunately that specific yarn that I used, it's cute, but the second you cut it, it's like every little fiber is gonna fall off of it, no matter how many times you shake it or like try and lint roll it or something. It's just gonna cause so much mess everywhere, and it's gonna get white stuff all over your clothes. And it's really annoying because that scarf is so soft and warm, it's ridiculous. So when I first got my Central knitting machine, I made a lot of scarves. This first scarf I'm gonna show is this one right here. I think this was one of the first ones I made because I didn't know how to close the ends of the scarves yet, and so I just left it like this. This was like one yarn that I originally was going to use this yarn to make a hexagon cardigan, but I didn't like how the colors were not changing as much as I wanted it to. Like if you can see, they're like blocks instead of like continuously changing. This next scarf is this solid pink scarf. You can see the difference now. I knew how to start closing them correctly. This is what the end looks like. I made this red scarf here, and I was living in this scarf. I went to New York in February, and almost every day I was wearing this scarf, and then a hat that I'm going to show you in a little bit. This was attached to my neck as if I was Mikasa. Like this would not come off my neck, okay? I also made this blue scarf. I really like the different shades of blue that I used, but the only thing is I didn't know this yarn was chunky. So if you can kind of see, like there's just a big lump. Like my scarf has some hips going on. This next scarf is one that I really like. It's a solid gray scarf. I want to make one in every single color so I can have perfect scarves for certain outfits and stuff. This one is one of my favorites just because I don't think I can express how soft this specific yarn is. Like it's so soft, and I wish I made this after I figured out how to do the ends. Maybe I can still fix the ends, but this was like one of the first ones that I made. Like this is so soft to the point where you just want to wear this when you go to like fancy places and stuff. This scarf I made with a total of 4 skeins, 2 of this color and 2 of this color. And each block of color was with 1 skein, and actually 3 skeins. And I just wanted to see if I just used the entire skein each time, and it made a really long scarf. But this is really soft and cute and goes with a lot of outfits as well. This last scarf is based off of Miles Morales, the video game for PS5, based off the scarf that Haley gives him when he finishes that one mission. And I saw it, I was like, oh my god, I want a scarf just like that. So I used the Central knitting machine to make it, and I have my own Miles Morales scarf. The next section is going to be hats. I also did make a lot of hats on the Central knitting machine. I first I don't know which ones I did first. I feel like this one was first. This was a little cat beanie that I made. It's really cute, fits perfectly fine. This is the other hat that I continuously wore in New York every single day. It was freezing and this was my one companion. The only thing is that it looks very lumpy because I washed it after I came back from New York, and this is the way that I was wearing it, but it kind of got like messed up a little bit, and I'm really sad because I really like this hat. It kept me so much company, but I'll probably just have to figure out how to fix this. But yeah, this is another beanie I made. Here is another one that I call this my Twilight hat, even though it looks nothing like the one Kirsten Stewart wears in Eclipse, but it just reminds me of that for some reason. I really like the colors. It's a cute, simple striped beanie. This is a black and gray beanie that I made. It kind of got messy a little bit, if you can see, like, I don't know what was going on, but it's still pretty cute. I also made this purple one. It got a little bit messed up on the side here, but besides that, it's perfectly fine and cute. This is when I was obsessed with making cat beanies. Now, outside of the machine, I made this knit beanie. This was the first time I ever knitted a cat beanie, and I was just trying to figure out how to do it exactly. I couldn't tell you how I did it. Maybe I made 2 panels and connected them. But this one's interesting. I only wore it a couple times. The next one I made is this cat beanie with tassels, like star tassels at the end. This one is one of my favorite hats. This was another hat that I religiously wore in New York, and you can see, like, this is worn. Like, it's so fuzzy, and this is one of my favorite pieces. It's so cute. I used the same color scheme as that one Centro knitting machine tube top that I made, and I really like these 2 colors together. It's really cute. I also made this tassel cat beanie here for Valentine's Day. That's why it has red and pink. It also has these cute little poofs at the end. My friend was hosting a Sanrio party, and I dressed as Pom Pom Pudding. I think that's how you say it. And so I made a little beret for that, but I didn't weave in the end correctly, and the top kind of came out. And so I was like, oh no. But the thing is, I liked how this one fits so much, so I'm gonna try and find a similar color to this so I can just loop it inside and then like weave it in again. And then in my brown crochet video, I made another beret. This one's a lot better. I made this to fit the academia theme, and it's really cute. Now I have hand and leg warmers. The first leg warmers I have are these that I made for my fall wardrobe video. These are made with the exact same yarn that I made for the sweater in that video, and these are one of my favorite pairs of leg warmers. They're really, really cute and soft, and the color palette is just perfect. I made a lot of leg warmers for my leg warmer tutorial video, and these are one of those. These are just basic knit leg warmers, but in gray, and they're really cute to have. I also made these crochet leg warmers. They're just basic ribbed crochet leg warmers in white. I made these stockinette leg warmers that kind of flare out a bit for that same video. I also knitted these leg warmers, but then added these crochet pom-poms to the sides. I wanted to test out making graphs on leg warmers, so I made these right here. These were like the first flare ones that I made, and I was trying so hard for that video to figure out how to do flare leg warmers. I still haven't weaved these in, mainly because these in particular, they didn't flare out the way that I wanted them to. Like it was a bit too much of a flare. And then I kind of messed up on the graph. Like it was perfectly fine, but then when I weaved in the graph, it just messed everything up. I also made another one with Hello Kitty on it, and the flare was a lot better. But for some reason, even though I've kept all of these leg warmers in the same place, I cannot find the Hello Kitty one. Like this is the other one that it goes with, but where's Hello Kitty? Where did she go? These are probably one of my favorites from the video, and these are some crochet flare leg warmers with a little star drawstring to them. They're really cute, and I like how they're adjustable, so if you want to wear them high, you can do that. If you want to wear them low, you can do that. And the yarn that I used is so soft. I wish I remembered which yarn this was. Maybe it's in the video. I have to look. For arm warmers, I'm not sure if I made a video for these or not, but these are just some arm warmers that I crocheted. They're just one panel, and then you slip stitch the sides together, leave out a little hole for your thumb and then slip stitch the rest of the top together, and then bam, you can have an infinite amount of hand warmers. These were the first ever knitted hand warmers that I did. I added them to my white crochet video. I'm really happy with these because I've always wanted to knit hand warmers, and these are actually really easy to do. You just knit up however, like whatever style you want, and then all you do is sew the sides together, leave a thumb hole, and then sew the rest of it up, and then you're good to go. The next accessory I have are bags. So this first bag is actually a tiny little pouch that I made for my green crochet video. It's a little mushroom pouch that you can add little trinkets inside. I had my crystals in it before I put my crystals around the room, and I think this is just a cute little pouch. If you wanted to, you could add like fabric on the inside to make it a lot better for the items and for the bag's longevity. And I also added little leaves to the ends of the drawstring, which I think is really cute. This bag right here, I think this was for my spring crochet video. This year went by so fast. I feel like I just made this. This was a cute little bunny bag that I made. I made it so that the top is a tie top, and then I added these rings to the side to hold the strap together, and it makes it more stable. The pocket's a little bit crooked though, if you can tell, but I also really like the ruffles on the side that I did. It's really cute. I did another similar bag, but it's like a little shoulder bag instead, like the little mini ones, and I added a little button so that if you put stuff in here, they won't fall out or anything. And it's just a different variation of the other bag, and I think it's really cute as well. I made this kaonashi bag. I was scared I wasn't gonna like the sides that I did because I really couldn't think of anything to do for the straps, but it turns out really good, and for some reason this makes me think of like a Hot Topic bag. I have no idea why, but maybe it's like the stripes or something, I don't know. I also sewed in some fabric on the inside. This year was the first time I learned how to use the sewing machine on crochet bags, and I'm really happy because it makes the process so much faster. The first couple of times, of course, I was messing up pretty badly, if you can see in that video, but I'm really happy I learned it. And I also went to the bags that I made last year and added some fabric to those to add longevity to them, like as you can see in that one. And then I did the same thing for this one. For this bag right here, I don't know if I ever showed off this bag or not, but I added some fabric to that one as well, and also this one too. So all of these bags were from last year, but I upgraded them this year. And then continuing the bags that I made this year, I also made this Spider-Man bag in the same fashion that I did the kaonashi bag. The stripes I made the exact same way. I didn't do any lining in this one just yet. I also think that Spider-Man didn't come out that great, but I was still in the process of learning how to do graphs. Like, I was slowly getting better at that throughout this year. And this is just one of the incidents where you can see like my progression. I made this star bag for my purple crochet video. I wanted to add the sparkle to both sides, but I did this side first. And then after I finished it, I was like, oh shoot, I forgot to add the sparkle. So then for the second panel, I added the sparkle and just made this the front of the bag. I also made this little moon keychain that I thought worked really well with the star theme of the bag and the whole celestial theme overall for that video. And this came out to be one of my favorite bags that I made this year. Like, it's really cute. Like, I want to get like a black celestial fabric to sew on the inside, and I think that'll just make the bag even better. And the last bag that I made is my Miffy bag. Yay! My Miffy with the very strong jaw. I'm gonna go ahead and try to make a circular one because I've gotten a lot of responses in my white crochet video about how to like fix it and stuff, so I was gonna implement those to see if I can make a round one so she can have like a little sister and stuff. This one is really cute and fluffy. You can't really wear it on your shoulder, like you mainly just have to hold it like this, but it's still pretty cute. The last category I have is miscellaneous, and the first piece I'm gonna show is my Stranger Things blanket. This is probably the blanket I use the most since I've made it, and this blanket is huge, and I personally really love huge blankets, and so I'm really happy and proud that I decided to make this. It took forever. At first it's easy because the rows are so small, but as it gets larger and larger, just one row probably took like 30 to 40 minutes to do. And I think this is definitely a great project if you are watching a movie that you've seen 50,000 times. Also like a good gift for somebody, you know. This next blanket I made is from Twilight. This is the blanket that Angela uses in the La Push scene. This was for one of my recreation episodes, and I'm also really happy with this blanket. The only thing I just wish that I made it longer, because this is definitely just like a lap blanket. Like I can't cover, I mean I can cover my whole body, but I can't cover my body and wrap it the way that I want it to. But it's still a really pretty blanket. I really am happy with how it came out, and I'm really happy about this yarn in particular that I found to make it as close to the original as possible. And it's really warm, and I also like the little border that I made for it. So yeah, it's a cute blanket, and I'm really happy with it. This last blanket that I have is not complete, but I did want to show you because I actually got a lot of progress done within the year of it. It's just this little scrap blanket to get rid of some extra yarn that I had. I originally wanted to do an only like cool toned blanket, but since I said this was going to be a scrap blanket, I started adding some more warmer colors to it. I did a chain of 200 for this blanket, and I think I've only done 100 rows so far. So I'm gonna do like another set of 100 just to make it a huge blanket. Some other miscellaneous things I've made is this book cover for my purple crochet video. I really wanted to do a book cover, and I thought making a grimoire cover was gonna be a good idea for that theme. So I made this one, and it's really cute. This next piece I have is this little bear ear warmers that I made for my Sims recreation. If you can see, one of the eyes are missing. This was when I didn't know how to put on amigurumi eyes, and like everyone was telling me you have to put the little back on like inside out in a way so that they actually attach and stay, and I didn't do that for these. That's why one of the eyes are missing. But the other thing with these is like they're not really like secure on my head as much as I'd like. Like even if I mean if I tie it, it's helpful, but I still feel like I should have done this part better so that it covers my ears a lot more. I also made this cape for my purple crochet video. This was very spontaneous, I will say. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if I messed up on something or I couldn't think of an idea, but this randomly just came up. I was like, what if I make like a cape or like a capelet or something? And then I didn't know how to make a cape, so I just crocheted a row and kept going and kept putting it on my shoulders, and then added like increases and then this little cute border and also some buttons and like a little clasp, and it turned out really cute. Another piece that I made is this little bow. I think this was for my pink crochet video. I added this little clasp to the back, so if you want to put it in your hair or on your jacket or something like that, it'll attach easily. And I wanted to make like a really big bow just to see if I can make it, but bows are actually really easy to make. The second to last piece is this amigurumi plushie bunny. I bought a pattern off of Etsy, and I really wanted to see if I could actually do amigurumi. I barely managed through this, you guys. Like, it's so hard to me. I don't know why, but it's so hard. I love her. I don't think I named her yet. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. And it sucks that I forgot her name if I did. I also made her a son, but I gave her son to my boyfriend's parents. And I also made her a twin sister that I gave to my friend. So she's on her own, but she's with me. She's very well taken care of. And even though her head is a little crooked and she can't keep her neck straight, she is beautiful in my eyes. The last piece I have to show is right behind me because it's very big and heavy, and it is, okay, so there's more pieces that I've made, and I am gonna show it after I show this because they're in different parts of the room. I just realized I did a home decor video this year and I made a couple of pieces. Okay, I'm all over the place right now, sorry. Anyway, my Hello Kitty pillow, yay! Yeah, she's really heavy. She wasn't this heavy when I first made her, but my grandma recently gave me some extra pillows, and she was like, open the pillows up and stuff it in the pillow, because I told her that Like after laying on these pillows for a while, they lose shape, but I stuffed her so much. And if you're ever gonna make these types of pillows, when I tell you, like, I initially used 3 bags of stuffing plus I think 2 full bags of yarn scraps, and that was not enough to keep it in shape. So when I say you have to stuff these floor pillows, I mean stuff them with everything. And they'll turn out really huge, but I think that's the point of having a floor pillow, is like you can sit on it without feeling like you're sitting on the floor. But here is what the thickness, I think I measured it, and it's about like 5 inches in width, diameter, I don't know. It's really heavy and thick. She's a big boy and I love her so much. She usually resides under Harada's legs in the dining room. Harada is my giant bear. His name is based off of Harada, who created the game Tekken. This Hello Kitty pillow is just his little feet rest while he's relaxing with all of his children. This is also a place where if you just want to listen to some music in the dining room and just lay your head down, this is the place to put it. Like I said before, I have some other pieces that I forgot about. And the reason I forgot about them is because they're home decor pieces. One of them, I made a floor pillow earlier, but I gave it to my brother recently. And for my other 2 pieces, the first one, I'll have a little clip. The first one is this little windowsill cover, and I'm really glad I made this because I get a lot of dust in this apartment, and I also have a lot of stuff on my windowsill, so this was a good little idea for me. And another thing I made were these leaf curtains. I saw a picture on Pinterest and I was like, oh, that's such a good idea. I want to make that. And so I made it. And I also added these little clips to the side so that they're not always dangling in the way. Like I just have them open a little bit on the side. I also made this little toilet seat cover as well for my bathroom, because I have like a little autumn theme going on in the bathroom that I really like, and I thought that was a good idea because I also have like an incense holder in the bathroom that catches, and sometimes the incense will fall onto the toilet seat, so I just have like a little cover there to catch all of that and everything. I also made these roses that I keep on my desk, and I have them in like this old water bottle. I feel like I'm probably missing something. There's always very subtle pieces that I forget, but besides all that, that's everything that I made this year. Okay, so this is kind of what I meant where I said I was forgetting like the small stuff. Like I was just putting away everything and I just found these in the closet and I was like, oh my god, I made these this year too. But basically both of these was in my blue mermaid themed crochet video. This is a cute little jellyfish that you can hang like anywhere, and it looks like this. It's really cute and I'm really happy with it. And this also I was really happy with too. Like at first when I was making this, I was not enjoying how it was coming out. But then once I added in the pearls and I added these cute bows to it, I think this cute little clam purse bag is so cool and I'm really happy with how it came out. I'm really happy with a lot of these pieces. Again, like I said, I've really learned a lot. Like even the pieces that I don't really like, I still gained skill in making it, and all of that will eventually apply to like one of the best pieces I'll probably make one day. Like I haven't even gotten to like my magnum opus yet. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the pieces that I made. Definitely let me know in the comments which one was your favorite, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!